Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Guys, today I want to talk to y'all about this particular article. I am actually in the process of I'm working on some things. I definitely want to talk to you guys more about the whole overemployment situation and how that is affecting the work, the whole overemployed, what it means to be overemployed and things of that nature. But we're going to talk about that in another video. What I actually want to bring to you guys today is this particular article. It just came across my purview just literally hours ago. Sometimes you see things and you're like, I got to talk about this. I really had to talk about this because the ridiculousness, unfortunately, of some leaders, you have to you got to highlight and make sure that people in these particular positions and predicaments don't repeat this nonsense. And what aggravates me a little bit more is the fact that you're using human resources, the folks that try to keep people out of trouble, as the culprit to get information that you're not privy to. But let's jump into it, guys. Let's jump into it. All right. I want to share my screen with you. Hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Let's see here. All right. We got it. Let me share my screen so y'all can see what it is that I'm talking about. Okay. So I want to share the article with you. Here we go. All right, guys, this is the article from dystrophy.com. The title of Boss Got Scorched Online After Asking the Employee about new salary, about new job salary, and had the nerve to say for HR reasons. The article was written by a guy named Mustafa Galator. I'm sorry, probably butchering that name. Gatolari. Pretty much what it says is an anonymous McDonald's manager got reamed literally on Reddit for asking the employee who put in their 2 weeks notice about the salary in their new position they claim for HR reasons. Number one, that's not the nature. That is not what we ask as HR professionals. That is none of HR's business, so to speak. So please do not let this dude, this particular leader fool you. This is not what HR does. Let's get into it. A screenshot of the text was uploaded to the social media site Antiwork Sub, where it quickly went viral amidst over 45,000 upvotes and 7,000 plus comments from users on the platform. The text exchange went as follows. Hey, Jeanette, I'm going to put in... Hey, Janet, I'm going to put my 2 weeks notice in today. Oh, the response was, oh, damn, you have a new job? The employee says, yeah. The manager says, all right, I just need to know where and how much you're going to make for HR reasons. Thanks. You guys can see first of all, you guys can see the text messages here, and we don't get the rest of the screenshot. It doesn't show. It doesn't show anything else past that point. Guys, I'm going to say this to you. That is absolutely, positively none of HR's business. But let me finish the article and I'll get back on the screen in a couple of minutes. The rest of the screenshot doesn't show any further correspondence between the employee and the manager, but the exchange set off a slew of responses from commentators who highlighted that there is no regulation on the Reddit part to disclose her info. Some users offered up some response templates that the employee could send to their manager, while others just commented on how grimy they thought the whole situation was. She can ask, of course, but she doesn't have to tell them. Of course not. Or you can, of course, somebody put in this particular chat says, company policy, I can't discuss wages. And of course, then there are those who believed OP Boss was fishing for information so they could apply for a new job there themselves. Oh, Jesus. Of course, I said they can ask, but you don't have to tell them, obviously. Company policy, I can't discuss wages. Or, ask how much they're making for HR reasons. Fight fire with volcano. While a lot of the responses were meant in jest, there are some commenters who offered up ways for the OP to reply to their manager, the employee that's leaving, to their manager, to salvage any type of relationship they had while simultaneously answering their question. I'm going to go over a couple of ways that the employee can answer that question. Many Redditors remarked in the comment section that by beefing up their salary at other locations, they might influence McDonald's managers to offer their own employees a bit more. Some remarked that that when they weren't looking for work, they would tell job recruiters hitting them up that they earn more than the maximum salary cap for their position in order to fudge the numbers in their working favor. Of course, guys, you see the text here. I'd respond. Some people, of course, are still offering their responses. I'd respond with about 34% increase in pay for a similar role. About 34% in pay for a similar role, but it was tough to make the switch because my supervisor, manager, co-worker, insert cool, day one homie, co-worker's name, made a great work environment. Somebody schmoozing while still not giving any information. All right. Turnover rates for McDonald's is a bit of a tricky subject, obviously. And that's because there have been some scattered reporting on how many workers the chain must replace every year in order to maintain operations. The totaltent.eu states that the global fast food franchise doesn't publicly release its turnover figures. The same article stated that employees' turnover is around 150% for the fast food industry, which means that if some locations need to have 20 positions filled, they're going to hire 30 people because they know 10 of them will inevitably quit. UKDIS, these are other sources that the article writer used. UKDIS, however, says that a McDonald's senior executive placed the employee turnover rate for the company at 44%. Yikes. Whatever the actual figure is, I'm sure everybody's turnover rate is high as a kite based on what's going on with employee need, and a lot of employees pretty much dipping based on the Great Recession. So whatever the actual figure is, in December of 2021, a few outlets reported on chains implementing artificial intelligence in its hiring process in order to determine whether or not prospective employees would be able to successfully fill their roles. When it might sound like something straight out of the Minority Report of 1984, the technology culminated in a 22% reduction in employee turnover, comparably also stacked McDonald's retention score against companies of similar size, structure, and market reach, and service types such as Starbucks, Wendy's, Denny's, and Burger King. McDonald's ranked second in the employee retention when compared to the other four businesses. Starbucks beat them out with holding on to its employees, obviously, because Starbucks has a wonderful way of giving their employees benefits, even if they are part-time. Guys, I want you to be aware of something. Number one, I'm kind of glad they blasted this manager. This manager had no business asking those questions. So sorry, hate to break it to you. That is none of their business. If they wanted to get some kind of information from the employee, they should have conducted an exit interview. That way you can get a feel, you can get some kind of feedback from the employee as to why is it that you're leaving? What was part of your decision-making process that you're leaving us? What is it that we can do better? The better use of that text would be, is it possible for us to set up an exit interview so we can have a discussion and have a real discussion? First of all, you're not supposed to be asking the employee for what they're making. No. If you want to know what the employee is making, do your own research. Do your own research on the company that they're going to, if the employee decides to reveal that to you, because they don't have to. managers, supervisors, leaders in companies, asking people how much they make. Do you want somebody asking you how much you make? Leave them folk alone and get out their business. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. Please do not ask folks what it is that they're making. Obviously, they're making better money, which is why they are leaving, or the situation they deem to be better. And of course, guys, if there's anyone, if you guys are watching and you have questions or you want to, of course, contribute to the conversation, go ahead and make a comment in the chat. Or if you have questions in regards to this or something similar to this, I want to make sure, if professionally speaking, if the employee wants to respond, here's a professional response that will not only give the manager a wake-up call as to what kind of questions they're asking, but two, it also gives the employee the opportunity to remain professional. You could say something along the lines of, I appreciate you, being concerned as to what it is that, or you could actually, let me give you a call instead of texting back. Some of the responses that I saw you could use on the article, where people on Reddit actually said things like, we're really not able to discuss that. That is private information. But I will say this is a environment I'm looking forward to getting involved in because of other reasons, kind of deter the subject. Of course, Joan, I appreciate the comment. Nobody should be asking you how much you make. That's none of their business. And the fact that this leader used HR as the as the reason is far beyond me. First of all, we're not asking those questions. And number two, it's not our business. That's private information. And Joan, I completely agree with you. I feel very uncomfortable with that. That's none of your business. Why are you in my pockets? Exactly. It is not cool at all. So I pretty much wanted to talk to you guys about the fact that I'm blasting this manager for the simple fact that you have the right to ask that. If you want to find out information as far as making the organization that you're with better and why people are leaving, conduct an exit interview. Find out what conditions help them make the decision to leave, or what is it outside of money that caused them to make the decision to depart, and what you can find out from those employees as they skedaddle out the door, how your organization can truly improve. Those are the things the leader is supposed to be asking, not how much you make and get out my pockets, person, whoever you are. And, I wanted to, I looked at the article and I was like, and you had a nerve to bring HR into the conversation about for HR reasons? No, it's for your nosy reasons. Get out folk business, period. You have no business asking that question. You're just being nosy. And if you want to know, go do your own research like the employee did and got a job somewhere else. Just keeping it 1,000 with y'all. But listen, Joan, or anyone else that sees this after the recording renders, I want to make sure that you guys know that I am here to help you guys through situations like that. One of the other ways you can you respond to that literally is, this is private information, but if are you looking for, I'd flip it around and ask them a question. Are you looking for opportunities elsewhere? Because that's not something I feel comfortable divulging. Or better yet, for HR reasons, HR doesn't usually ask those questions because that's private salary information that should only be shared, should only be between me and the company that I'm working for. That's private information. That's what you should be responding. Or, I understand you want to know that information, but that information is not something that I choose to share. You can be professional, but you can say no, because it's pretty much what you're going to tell that manager, nosy manager, supervisor. No, you don't need to know that. But, I digress. Anytime you see anything like this where they're trying to excuse bad behavior and then have the nerve to talk about HR told you to do it, or for HR reasons, it's malarkey. There's another word I want to use, but we want to keep it professional here. Okay, guys? But if you have questions, of course, guys, I review articles from time to time. I'll be going live more often. I am going to be talking about overemployment more either this week or next week. You guys I'll be on here talking about that and how the changing IT landscape is either helping or hurting that overemployed stance. I love the idea of overemployment, but I definitely want to do some more digging and just to kind of give you guys an update on as to what I think where it's going and what's happening. Overemployment literally simply is a term that's used for people that are working to want two or more remote jobs from home, and they are using the extra funds to invest or to get out of the rat race altogether. But guys, we'll talk about that at another time. I just want to touch base with you guys with this particular article because it is not cool, like you said, Ms. Joan. It is not. I feel very uncomfortable, but I know how to tell people no professionally, and I'll definitely help you to do that. If you are looking for help with your resumes or any other type of service as far as interview coaching, things of that nature, you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. Of course, the links of all of that will be below. If you are looking for help with a next job interview, and I do have resources available at mentorshelley.com.gumroad.com. And of course, if you have general questions, you can always hit me up at mentorshelley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message. I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours, guys. There's unprofessionalism going on everywhere, not just in your regular employees, but with leaders as well. And when they use HR as an excuse to be professional or to get nosy and get into people's personal business, I got to call you out. It's not right. And they don't have any right to that information. Just in case you were wondering, they don't have any right to that information, and they're overstepping their boundaries. All right, guys, take care. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. And of course, if you want to reach out to me and connect with me, you can do so in the chat, or you can also do so in the comments, or go to mentorshelley.com/contact. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.